Yes YouTube, welcome back to another video and thanks for joining me. So in today's video I'm going to be switching out the fish in the firebelly toads tank. I've talked about it in previous videos and there's something else I want to add in there. So we'll be taking those fish out and adding some new in, as well as I've got some shrimp to add in there. So that's something you're interested in and you want to see what's going on, make sure you stay tuned because that's all coming up right after this. Maybe I'm just weird, I don't know. And welcome back. So like I said in today's video, I'm going to go down my local fish store, Aquatic World, and see what they have in stock. I've got some ideas I want to add into the firebelly tank, and I am looking to get hold of some shrimp, and I've talked about adding shrimp into this tank for a while. I was going to add cherries because I've got so many of them, but I wanted something a little bit different, so we'll see what they have in stock today, because they do have a really cool nano section and they do have some things you would normally see typically in fish shops. So we'll see what they have today. We'll go down there. I've got other few things I want to pick up for projects going forward as well. So why don't we get ready, get down there now, get back, see what they've got, and hopefully we'll come back with some fish and some shrimp. Okay, so a successful trip. So some amazing fish down here today, but unfortunately the plant selection was limited. I didn't particularly go down there for plants, but for those who've been waiting for the aquascapes, unfortunately plants are in massively short supply. So last night I was going through all my usual websites as well as some ones I hadn't tried before, and literally all the plant sections of aquatic plants are literally nothing. Sold out everywhere, across the board, everywhere. And that is just because in the UK there's some new legislation regarding Brexit, which basically means that plants need to be accounted for when being transported. So it's similar to a passport system you have with animals, they need to be accounted for. So it has been amended. It was going to be a lot worse than it was. It was going to be a case of when you go into a pet store these days, you need to give your details and write your name down. In the UK, I'm not sure about anywhere else anyway, you know, just to have accountability for who's taking that animal. And they were talking about doing that the same with plants, but that's been taken back. But there's, long story short, there's a massive delay on plants coming into the country. So aquascapes are on hold, but there's plenty of other things to be going on with, and we have got some fish related stuff. So let's see what we've got. But we did manage to get some fresh fish and shrimp, but I picked up some other things as well. So we've got, I bought some Daphnia. I was only needing the 2 strips, but obviously I know the fish store quite well, so we just chucked the other 2 in for me. So they should last a few days in the fridge, so usually maybe 7 to 10 days. So hopefully that will be good news for us. So I've got these are going to be primarily for the black tiger darios because they love their live food. And if I've got some spare, then we'll add them into the other fish. So that's good. Also bought the same Limbodium as we had in the firebelly's toad tank the first time round, which didn't work out, but I thought we'd see if they can work out in another setup. And I'm probably going to add them into the 20 gallon to grow them out. and try and get more and more of them. So that, what else ooh. And then the only other non-actual fish or shrimp related, I've got a massive tub of sea chem matrix because we've got some filters to be setting up very soon. So that'll come in very handy. I also bought some salvinia, but you would have seen that in Friday's video, so cheated a little bit there. So on to the, should we do the fish first? Okay. So I only asked for 6. I don't know if you can see where they are, but we've got some regular white cloud mountain minnows. So I asked for 6. Well, I got 6 because that was the deal, but he did say he threw some extras in here, so there might be 8. So they're a lot smaller than the white clouds that are in there at the moment. So what we'll probably do is we'll add them all in. We'll see how they get on because, you know, you can have some casualties when you first add fish in. And then we'll just keep the best ones and we'll add the other ones to 20 gallon if need be. So we'll add that, and then onto the shrimp. Okay, ooh, they're lively. So we have got, well, 6 I asked for, Blue Dream shrimp. So we used to have Blue Dream shrimp in the Ember Valley tank when we had that set up. Obviously that's been taken down now, and the Ember Tetra has been added to the 20 gallon. And I've wanted them again ever since, so hopefully these will do well in the Five Bellies tank. Now they're really nice colours and you'll get to see them a bit better when they're in the tank, and I'll do some shots of them on my desk so you can see them a little bit better. So what we need to do now, we need to get them temperature acclimated with a fish anyway, so we'll just float them in the bag. With the shrimp, I'm probably going to drip acclimate them. So the reason I do that is because shrimp are perhaps a little bit more sensitive to water changes or differences in the water than fish would typically be. So it's a good idea to drip acclimate them, just have a slow drip of water, add a little bit of the tank water they're going into the water they're in already. So we'll add them into a jug and we'll drip acclimate them. And we'll do both for about half an hour and then we can add them into the tank. But before we do that, I've got to remove the golden white cloud minnows, temperature acclimate them into the 20 gallon because that doesn't have a heater in it, but obviously the fish tank does, just because the Five Bellies don't need it and the white clouds can survive those sort of temperatures. They'll still do well in a tropical situation. That's only 23, 24 degrees anyway, but there's obviously a slight difference in temperature and we don't want to add them in and them to shock and potentially die. So let's get ahead and do that. Okay, so I put my fish wrangling skills to good use and managed to get the gold white cloud mountain minnows. I'm not going to miss trying to say that. I managed to get them out of the Five Bellies tank and they're just temperature acclimating in the jug at the top of the tank now, so leaving them there for about half an hour and then we'll release them in. But we need to temperature acclimate the shrimp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them into this jug in the with the water that they came in, and then we're going to use a pipe and a valve similar to the, well, exactly the same one as we used on Bert's dripping system to drip acclimate them now. So let's get them out of the bag. I think they've been double bagged, so okay, but these are looking lovely. Okay, so now there shouldn't be many nitrites or nitrates at all really in this bag. They've only come from the shop. None left in there. Nope, so they should be in there. Looking beautiful. So that's those. So those are in there now, so we'll leave them temperature acclimate, like I said, drip acclimate rather, for about half an hour. With the fish, all I'm gonna do is just sit the bag in the tank for half an hour, just so they can temperature acclimate. They don't need to be drip acclimated really, they should be fine. The last mountain cloud minnows we had were fine doing that. So we'll do the same. So let's get these dripping now, we'll get these in the tank, and then we'll crack on with today's video. Okay, so there they are, they're temperature and drip acclimating. Obviously these are beautiful colours in the shop, obviously they've really sort of faded out now in transport, but hopefully they'll turn out nice. Now they are a lot smaller than when we added the white clouds, the other white clouds in here, so hopefully we can pick the best and keep the best in there. Hopefully there's enough male to female. I couldn't really tell the male to female, the size they were massively. But I think we've got a mixture from what I can see, but again, we've got plenty to play around with. Now, all I've done there is just added a bit of airline tubing, and that's running through the door, so that's the only pain. With an aquarium, I wouldn't have to worry about it. I could walk away from this and come back to it. But as you can see, I've used my camera to prop the door shut, but the fire bellies can still get out, so I'm gonna have to keep an eye on those. But then I've just got that running down here into the jug and clamped it on there. And then if I can focus, as you can see then, there's just the odd dripping in, and this will then acclimatize the shrimp to the type of water that's in the tank compared to where they are now. But as far as I can see, there are 6 like we asked for in there. Focus. Looks some really, really nice ones. It looks like one that might be a jelly, but the rest seem like blue dream, but really nice. So we'll give this half an hour now, and I'll sit up here by myself waiting for paint to dry basically, and then we'll release them back into the tank. And we've also got to add the white clouds into the 20 gallon as well. So make sure you stay tuned, and that's all coming up very soon. Okay, so it's been 35 minutes and the fish have been sat there warming up, cooling down, whichever way he went. But it's starting to colour up a little bit now as well, so it's looking really good. Luckily the frogs haven't escaped. Well done, frogs. But we've still got the line running down into the shrimp, and they're still dripping away. And looking really good actually, really nice colours. So we got 6. Yeah, amazing. And then the only other thing, see that? I put a ceramic heat lamp down by accident the other day and didn't realise it was boiling hot. Made a bit of a mess on the carpet. But anyway, so here are the mountain cloud minnows we took out of the fire bellies, and they should be ready to go in, and we'll do those first because they temperature acclimated first. But let's get these fish and these shrimp into their tanks. Let's do it. don't know about you, but I'm really happy with the way that's turned out. Granted, the fish haven't coloured up quite yet, and the shrimp are probably just finding their feet. But they seem to also be active, looking for food, so that's always a good start. And the golden white cloud seem perfectly happy in their, well, bigger tank essentially. So they're housed with my Harlequin Respora, Galaxy Respora, and we've got cherry shrimp in there as well. I do have a couple of ember tetras from one of the oilscapes, so this has sort of become the, well, community tank, dumping ground tank. But we've got plans for that tank going forward, so make sure you subscribe if you want to see what's going on there. But I'm really starting to get happy with this tank now. It was quite a hard decision to take those white clouds already in there out, because I'm somebody who struggles to get rid of any animals. So even though I'm quite particular, like the reason I wanted the originals, the regular white cloud mountain minnows in there, is because I think they go better with blue shrimp, and those sort of colours seem to go better with escape. I don't know if that's just me or what anybody else thinks about these things, but maybe I'm just weird, I don't know. But so I've got what I actually wanted in here. The reason I went out and got the golden ones before is because we had some larvae and there's quite a lot of them in there. I wanted to get rid of that issue from the tank, and at the time there was no regulars there, so I made do with the goldens. I do like them, but I tend to be a fan of more duller colour fish. I'm not a big fan of albinos and whites and things like that, even though the goldens aren't albinos. What am I even talking about? But anyway, so again, really happy with this tank now. We've got the floating plants in there, seems to be doing well. The shrimp have just gone in as well as the fish, so we'll come back and have a look at those in the next couple of days. I'll keep you updated on how they're doing. But with the 20 gallon, you might see from when we filmed it, there wasn't much surface agitation, and the moss is overgrown again. So I'm going to be doing some work on that, because I've got a new canister filter to add on there. Just haven't had a chance to do it yet, which is the a 250 thermo. So we're setting that back up. I did originally have one of those on there, but it was for my father-in-law. I was just trying to see the filter for him. So now we haven't got one. I've got 3 internal filters running on there, which are doing the job and is circulating the water. None of the fish are suffering in any way. It's just probably I could do with a little bit more oxygen and surface agitation. So I'll be doing that in the next couple of videos, as well as that tank is going to get a completely new rescape, because it was a scape tank and I just let the moss grow and grow and grow with other things going on, and it's inevitably just become a fish tank. So I've got something really interesting planned for that, and I'm really looking forward to doing it. Obviously, with the plant restrictions and shortages at the moment in the UK, will that happen? I'm not sure, but I am considering just scaping this with 1 plant only. So hopefully we may be able to crack on with that. But I've got plenty of other things to get on with. I'm waiting on the new ball python viv to turn up at the moment, because of all the problems we had with the last one. If you want to know about that, then check out the ball python playlist. I'll leave a link down in the description. As well as improving on these setups, and then there's still more builds, setups and animals to come once we've done those. So thanks very much for checking out today's video. If you're not already subscribed to this channel, hit that subscribe button and notification bell. As always, if you're a regular viewer, you can do me a massive favour and drop me that thumbs up and leave me a comment to show YouTube you're enjoying this sort of content, and allows me to make more videos like these. But thanks again for stopping by and checking out today's video. Loads of things going on at the moment, and I'll see you in the next one.